welcome back, everybody, to another Monday night Babes and Blades Vanished in the Ashes live Dungeons and Dragons role playing tabletop on the computer game. This week we are continuing from last week, of course, because D&D, right? And so this group of adventurers last week left their safe haven from the storm, their newly acquired Eye Storm Inn, I believe, is what they decided to name the formerly called Battle Axe Inn, as they made their way across Calderland and into Novoric, where they had kind of discovered some things were not okay, and they've been kind of working to figure out what is going on there. So I will roll it over to you, gang. As you are in the cabin, you were able to spend the evening in as it was getting late and such.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hello.
That's a matter of opinion.
Well, we're not frozen or dead, so I think that makes it a good morning.
That's fair.
Sure, I suppose.
Not dead? Speak for yourself.
I think you would know if you were dead. Or maybe you wouldn't. Life is tricky that way.
I imagine you'd start to stink after a while, though.
Well, if I start to stink, please let me know.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to help in this, but I will keep out my best eye. What do we have planned for today? Should we go back to the temple or go visit a local apothecary?
I thought we were going to go to the antique store.
That sounds delightful, actually. Lots of stories to be found in antique stores.
And I think we need to track down the lady's sister, right?
Yes, that would be a good idea. But probably best to start with the antique shop.
Just don't let me buy anything.
The stories are so tempting there. Let's go see what we can find.
So you leave from the cabin that you're in, which was Tolgi's cabin. Tolgi being one of the folks who had fallen ill. And you head towards Pelk's Curiosities across Novoric. And upon approaching Pelk, some things. One second, let me get you the map of Pelk's here. Huzzah. So, as you kind of approach Pelk's, the dark cabin before you has a sign over its door which reads Pelk's Curiosities, with the image of a curving dragon used to make the letter P. Through the shop, though the shop appears closed, the front door is slightly ajar.
Well, I can't actually read that where it's closed. I just know the door is open, so in we go.
Seems logical.
I step in behind her, just trying to make sure everything's okay.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Before you go in, who has the highest passive perception, please?
Probably not Kadra.
Rune has got a 12.
Okay.
Kadra's got a 13, but
I have 14.
anything above an 11 is enough for you to hear whispered voices and footsteps inside the cabin. And this sounds like multiple voices, not just one, and they're sort of like whispered and hushed.
Hello? Hello?
Your door was open.
I hear some whispering around here, you guys.
Yep, as you pop your head in and say hello, you see 5 cloaked elves have appeared to have ransacked the shop and are searching through broken debris on the floor. The furniture, the shelves, and the front counter have been smashed, and the shop's wares now litter the floor.
Oh, that's quite rude.
I'm gonna pull my sword.
I don't
That
think
being said,
you all belong here.
go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Uh-oh. Olsaga got an 8.
Runa got a 9.
All right, I'm going to write you down here.
13.
Athena and Siri, I won't need your initiative since they haven't come across you yet, so you're safe from this in the moment.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay.
13.
Let's see. I got.
So I see
Finka has a 21.
21. Okay.
Nice.
So I have Finka, Vex with a 17, Kadra and Kadra with a 13. Let's see who's next under that. Cora with a 14 or a 5, Cora?
I have a 5.
Okay. So I need Wolfsaga. I still need yours and Runa as well. I missed what you said.
Runa got a 9.
Oh, Olsaga got an 8.
Okay. So I have Finka, Vex, Kadra, Runa, Olsaga, and Cora. That is how I have initiative order. There are 5 cloaked sort of elves there in front of you in the inside of the ransacked Pelk's Curiosities. They stop and they look at you and they form a sort of half circle going clockwise, left to right. It'll go 1 through 5. So if that makes it easier for when you're wanting to target. So that being said, Finka, you will be up first.
Okie dokie. I will draw my bow and aim at whoever is in front or most obvious. And just in case we can resolve this without violence, I will shout, is there some reason you're going through all of this and making a gigantic mess, or should I just shoot you and be done with it?
The bandit in the center, number 3 in the center of the half circle, sort of just looks at you and peers through their kind of cloak hood and smirks and doesn't say a word, but the smirk is enough to indicate that kill or be killed.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Oof.
Because he made a face at me. That is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Woo! And what is that? That's a 6. Plus 4 is 10 piercing damage.
How much damage?
10.
Okay. So you see Finka sort of draw back an arrow on her bow. She asks very politely whether she needs to do this or not, and his response is less than polite. And so she looses an arrow. And the arrow lands smack dab in the chest of bandit number 3, who is in the center of the half circle. And that is quite a bit of damage he takes from the strength behind that arrow, leaving him G-stringed. And that bringing it to Vex. It is your turn.
So Vex is just gonna kind of hop up. She's gonna look at the guy that was just hit in the center, and she doesn't like how he was looking at her new friend, so she fire at him. If I can cast.
I muted you for a sec. Your mic was going a little haywire. So you cast what? I'm sorry. I missed it.
Fireball?
Kind of like crackled in and out. Fireball? Oh,
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Fire bolt. Bolt.
Oh, fire
No.
bolt. Okay. On the one that was just hit, right?
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yes. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
All right. And that's going to be 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay, he dies. He falls to the ground and dies in a smoldering pile of ashes. All right. So it is bandit number 1's turn. He is the one all the way to the left of the half circle. He sees all of this nonsense going around, the magic and things, which he does not, unfortunately, possess. So he will draw his crossbow, and he is going to aim for the scary person with all of the damage. And that will be Finka. So he is going to aim for you, Finka. So let's see if we can hit. So that will be a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that will
That
be
hits a
dealing
little.
a total of 5 piercing damage.
Ow.
And then it will be Kadra's turn.
I'm swearing a lot right now. I'm back up in my breath.
Kadra is going to rush up to Bandit 1 and take a swing at him with her longsword.
Okay.
That would be a 13 to hit.
13 will hit.
Okay. And she does 7 damage.
7 damage to bandit number 1.
And she has her shield in front of her also, by the way. She did that with the one hand, not the two.
Okay. Okay, so Kadra runs up and swings and attacks and makes contact and cuts the guy, and he just staggers back like, oh. And that will be bandit number 2's turn. And Kadra, you are close to him, so he's going to take a swing at you for an 18.
Just hits.
Okay. That will be 4 slashing damage from his scimitar.
Okay.
Runa, that brings it to your turn.
Runa is going to move closer to Bandit 2. and she is going to walk up with her her long sword and take a swing.
Okay.
That's a 17.
17 will hit.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And that will be 3 damage.
3 damage to bandit number 2.
Correct.
So that puts you in melee range with bandit number 1 and 2 there. Okay. So bandit number 3 is dead, so he doesn't have a turn. That brings us to Olsaga.
I made it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've been having some technical difficulties. I gotta log back into D&D Beyond real quick. Just a second.
Sure thing.
And I wasn't hearing everything that was happening. What did I miss?
So there were 5 bandits. They formed a half circle around the shop. Finka and Vex killed bandit number 3, so leaving 4 of them. Runa and Kadra are engaged in melee with the 2 bandits on the left side, which is 1 and 2. And 4 and 5 are on the right side of the half circle and have not attacked or been engaged thus far.
Okay. So Olsaga is going to walk up to whichever one is closest to her and just like unarmed strike, knock him on the head and just be like, this is very rude of you.
Okay, go ahead and roll your unarmed strike.
That is... I rolled a 7. So I'm assuming that means... Oh. Yeah, okay. I only rolled a 7.
Yep, 7 will not hit.
I figured.
Okay, so that bandit would have been bandit number 4. And he's just gonna kind of look back at you like, did you really just try to punch me? And he's gonna swing his scimitar at you.
Oof.
Okay. 11. Does 11 hit or miss?
My AC is 11, so I think that's a hit.
Yep, meets it, beats it. So that'll be 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. Cora, it is your turn.
Oh, so we're fighting. That's delightful. And I'm gonna walk up to number 4.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see my left hand, like the nails just slowly grow longer and start to drip with acid.
Oh, that's delightfully creepy.
What?
That's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, for 9 acid damage as I just kind of swipe across his back.
Okay. 9 acid damage. A lot of damage.
Ooh. No
This
one
is fun.
is off Cora.
This is fun.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm here with you all. End of turn.
So, Cora's scary. Glad to establish that now.
Nope.
Bandit number 5, who is standing pretty close to bandit number 4, sees that crazy scratchiness and says, I don't want to get dead by that. So he thinks that it's going to be the best idea to take Cora out or try to. And he doesn't do that at all, actually. And he nat 1. And in that nat 1, his crossbow bolt misses. Cora, and it hits his buddy next to Cora, which is number 4, and ends up getting him dead. So that
Oh,
Oh, that was an excellent. Good job, sir.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I didn't know you were on our side.
Oh, have we made a new friend? Oh, that's wonderful.
No, we've not made a new friend. No.
I
Oh,
like
an
new
incompetent-
friends.
Whatever
so
these guys are.
all right. Good to know, I suppose.
So, that being said, right? Because obviously, if you guys kidnap one, right, and fuck shit up, so can the enemies, right? So that being said, after he shamefully shoots his friend and knocks him dead, Finka, it is your turn again.
Yeah, just to make a point, I'm gonna aim for Senor Incompetent. That's not wonderful. That's not bad. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Or what is that, a 6? 10 damage again.
nice.
10 damage. For number 5.
Yes, please.
Okay. So Finka has left yet another bandit G-stringed on the battlefield, bringing it to Vex. It is your turn.
Learn to shoot, asshole.
Vex, seeing how easily Finka plus Firebolt equals dead, is going to shoot Firebolt at number 5. And that's going to be a 16 to hit
16 will hit.
for 6 damage.
Well, he was G-stringed, so he got dead.
Woo!
So 3, 4,
Go.
and 5 are non-existent.
Vex is going to look at the other two and say, "Are you sure you want to play this game?"
You guys are scary. I don't like it.
I
So
think we've rolled
number
pretty well.
1, yeah, you did. Number 1, who is standing directly there in front of Kadra. Kadra, 13 does not hit you, correct?
No, it does not.
So his scimitar kind of bounces off your shield, and he kind of shakes a little bit, panics a little bit, and just kind of looks at you and is like, "Oh shit, it's your turn."
Okay. I'm going to say we ought to keep one of them alive just to find out what they're doing. And then I'm going to look at number 1 and kind of give him that smirk and hit him with the butt of my sword and just try to knock him out so that we can tie him up and talk to him later.
Okay,
That would be an 18.
that will hit.
All right. And damage would be 11.
No, that is perfect enough to knock him out and then some. So he kind of crumples to the ground, undead, but still crumples.
Can I use a bonus action to kind of tie him up?
Sure.
Okay.
So it would have been, oh, he went. So it is number 2's turn, who is the one directly in front of Runa. And he sort of has entered panic mode. 19 to hit you, Runa.
That does
If
hit.
that does hit, that'll be 4 slashing damage from his scimitar. And then that is your turn.
Okay. You're going to see Runa as her Warforged self. She only has so many faces that she has mastered as of yet. A happy face, a sad face, and this is the first time you guys are going to see the very upset, grumpy face. It's got furrowed eyebrows, and her mouth is going to come to a thin line, and she's going to stand up as close as she can to bandit number 2 and just say, is this where your story really ends? Or are you going to be helpful? And she's going to ready her sword in case he doesn't give a decent answer. But she's holding her action, threatening with her longsword.
That's awesome.
His answer is returned to her in the sort of wet puddle around her metal feet.
That answer is acceptable for now. Sit.
Is it
He
though?
sits down.
That's kind of gross.
He's in the mess, I'm not. Now start explaining yourself before you meet your friend's end.
Boys, what were you looking for?
And did you find it?
I don't really care. We're going to, empty their pockets anyway. What were you looking for?
We were looking for the stuff that might help fix our boss. Please don't kill us. You killed our friends. Please don't. I really don't want to die. Says the one that's sitting down but alive.
Well, to be fair, we came in offering help and friendship and kind voices. You were the ones who attacked us. So I don't see why you're crumbling now. You made that choice.
We had to. Have you ever worked for somebody? Do you know what it's like to work for somebody?
No, I don't,
No.
actually.
Not at all.
Well, I don't ever suggest doing it. It actually sucks. I just wanted to bring bread and cheese home to my family. That's all I wanted.
That sounds a lot like a you problem and less like a me problem. What were you looking for?
Hopefully some sort of cure for that disease that's going around that's causing everybody to turn into momsicles and popsicles.
Right, okay.
Ah.
You're clearly in over your head, so...
And who is this boss that you're working for? Since you're not able to help them at the moment, perhaps we can look into things. Who is it?
It's Halil Chan, the sister of Togi. You know, Togi, she robbed this place, and when she did, that was great, right? We were super excited, and then she got sick, and then now her sister is sick, and she sent us here to see if there's any kind of cure for the sickness.
Okay, well,
There isn't. There is no cure at the moment. She's probably going to die like everyone else, but it's okay. Death happens.
Did she tell you to look for anything in particular, or were you just desperate?
The latter of the two.
Oh dear.
Okay. Because, I was under the impression that Togi's sister stole all of the good stuff from here a few days ago.
Yeah,
So,
all the stuff did get stolen. That's right, and it caused the boss to get sick, and so she got sick just like everybody else, and so she sent us back here to search for like potions and scrolls or anything else that might help cure, but we just couldn't find anything useful.
that's so sad for you.
I'm very sorry. I don't think attacking anyone you happen to see is going to make your situations any better, though. I would
Or
suggest a
making
better
this
course of action in the
gigantic
future.
Mess.
Being a bandit's a rough gig. We never know who's on our side and who isn't,
That choice is your choice. Like, that job is your choice.
Might I recommend a career
Choice
change?
killed your friends.
Well, if you grew up in the streets like I did, right, you understand that sometimes you got to resort to a life that's a little less unsavory. He looks at you with a little more serious tone than his whiny facade that he had been putting on. And he says, do you have a family? Do you have children? Do you know what it's like to need to have food to feed them every single day? Sometimes choices must be made that are not quite palatable for the rest of the world, but we do what we must, don't we?
Well, Runa's going to kind of empty tongue on her stomach and go, well, I may not understand that particular plight. I do know what it is to try and take extreme measures for someone you care about.
While that's happening, Kadra's just going through Bandit number one's pockets and just taking everything off of him.
I think Finka's going to join her on the other one.
So the only things you're going to find on the bandits are scimitars and crossbows. They have on some leather armor. And the main bandit, which would have been bandit number one, has a sort of set of orders in their pocket.
Ooh.
That is the orders from the boss of their gang, like telling them to search Pelks and to meet her back at Croaker Cave when they find something.
Would I know where that is?
There is like a small drawn map to Croaker Cave on the paper.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Runa would like to kind of gesture to everybody to kind of come over a little bit, like huddle. We're obviously not leaving this guy. I'll tie Bandit number two's hands and legs so we can have a powwow without worrying about him inching off somewhere.
Sure.
Sorry about
What was
this.
the sister's name again?
Pardon?
What was what? I'm sorry.
The sister's name?
The frozen one or the boss one?
Tolgi's sister.
Hulil, Hulil, and both of their last name is Lutan, Lutan.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So after pulling everybody over to the side and making sure this bandit number two is good and tight, Runa is going to pose the question to the team. So, what should we do with this? Do you think we should go and visit this Hulil? Or bring these two with her? Or leave them here and take a more silent approach to peep on what's going on? Or do we leave this as it is? How do we feel about this group?
I vote for leave those two here and go sneak up on the sister and see what's what. Chances are she could be frozen solid by now.
I agree.
As long as we secure them properly.
Do we know
We could
what
tie
happened to
them
the
to a
store owner?
table. We could like tie them up and then notify the mayor that they're here. And then
We did find them ransacking a business.
That would be helpful, I think, in helping
Mhm.
us kind of figure out what we're doing about town. I think they would appreciate knowing that we were helpful visitors to their town. I think that's a good
citizens'
idea.
rest, so to speak.
Okay.
And then yes, I definitely think we should go pay Hulil a visit.
Cora, you hear a very large set of footprints approaching. You can hear it crunching in the snow much before it actually sort of gets in earshot of anybody else.
Oh.
You can also smell the smell of sort of rich, earthy spices, but like, think of like chai kind of spice, that sort of earthy, where that has like that exotic bite to it. And you catch a scent of that on the wind as the footsteps approach you.
Oh, there's someone coming. They smell wonderful.
Friends of yours?
Oh, I don't know this person at all.
Oh, I was saying that to the bandits.
Kadra's going to turn to the door with her sword and her shield and just wait.
So as you kind of stand peering out the door, Kadra, you see a very tall hooded figure. This hooded figure moves sort of with a poise and grace that is very similar to a dancer. Their feet just very lightly crunching the snow. You can't even hear it as you watch them approach. So it's very crazy that Cora could hear something so quiet. They have this sort of finesse to them as they approach. They carry themselves very well. The scent of exotic spices radiating from them. And you can see the small movements from behind their sort of cloak where it kind of sways in with their walk just a little bit.
And do they look like they're heading here or heading past?
They look like they're headed to.
I am going to just step right outside the door.
They do smell quite lovely.
And just kind of take up space in the doorway. Can I help you?
Maybe they just didn't quite hear you much as you called out to them. Their head is under their hood, and they are, maybe kind of lost in thought. As they appear, maybe they were approaching the shop looking for something, whether it be they were looking for potions or poisons or, antique weapons or something of the sort. They look like a person who was coming to shop and maybe didn't know that any of this nonsense was going on.
I'm going to kind of step out a little further. Is there something in particular you're looking to shop for today? A little louder. No? Okay, then. Can I step out directly in front of them?
Yes, you can.
Hi.
Hold on one second.
This guy's all about the awkward silences.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just queuing Shayna in to bring Athena in. It is their first session.
Yay!
So,
DM, during this
jittery.
time, could Runa use this moment while everyone's distracted by our new friend to go over to Bandit number 2 and say again, sorry about this, and just kind of punch him in the head, knock him out so that
Knock him
he's
out.
also taken care of. And then she's going to, on the sly, open up her little hidden compartment in her arm and take out a couple of pieces of like a little bit of rations and just kind of slide it in his pocket and give him a little tapsies on the chest and say, you take a nap now. Thank you.
Go to sleep,
And
go to
then-
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Shh. Go to sleep. And then she's going to, since she knows that these two alive, but for the moment taking care of characters, she's going to try and ritual cast detect magic just to see if there's anything left in this shop that was worth their scrounging around, even though she knows that they were just grabbing at straws. But that's a ritual of 10 minutes, so she's just kind of chilling in the background.
Let me see. Do you find any magic? You do not. You do not find any magic. Nothing left. Looks like they got a hold of everything good.
Okay. Seeing that, she's going to tell the fellows that are still within the shop. Looks like there's definitely nothing major of use here. And then she's going to start making her way towards the front to also see who is coming in.
And cut back to Kadra and the masked stranger.
Oh, sorry. I'm not looking to start any trouble. I was looking for potions to coat my blades.
Well, there may actually be some of that in here. But you're welcome to come in and look. It's awkward because she thought this was a bad guy and it may not be now.
Sorry about the mess.
We didn't do
Hello.
We didn't do it.
it. Wasn't our fault.
Well, we technically killed 2 of the bandits. That is our fault, but not the third one.
They did attack us first.
We didn't start the fight.
We ended it.
That's true.
It was a good story.
You smell divine.
You can't just tell people that.
It's a compliment, isn't it?
I think so.
Oh, well, thank
It's
you.
weird and creepy.
Do you find us telling you smell good creepy?
No, not actually.
Can I go up to Finka and go like, you smell good too?
How is that less creepy?
So, as Athena sort of steps into the shop with you guys, she drops her hood down. And you're met with a face that is strange to all of you that are able to see it. This face, it resembles the face of a lion. And you notice as they take their hood down that their hands are actually paws. And this appears to be a large anthropomorphic lion type individual, which is not something any of you have ever seen in all of Calderland or any of your travels, or even maybe read about them in any of the books that you've studied along the way. Athena looks very exotic. She looks as exotic as she smells.
Runa is absolutely thrilled because she knows new kinds of faces means new kinds of stories. And she's got her extremely happy face back on. And so she's like, may we see your swords?
Kadra's just got her head cocked studying her.
Vex is both fascinated and a little afraid of this exotic creature, but excited because she's kind of like me.
Okay, whoa. Give me a second here. Wait a minute. It's a lot going on.
Saga is very excited about this person as well, just kind of like enraptured by her because she's just so cool and unique. And she's just going to kind of wander up and ask, you are very interesting looking and very fluffy, and I kind of want to touch you, but I won't because it's rude. I have a question for you, though, if you don't mind. Have you seen a very tiny ghost? Or a large ghost with tiny feet? Anything like that? Somebody who flies, perhaps?
No.
Well, biscuits. All right.
Because she's not a crazy person.
Well,
Okay, you really have to stop asking people that.
Seriously.
but I want to know. I want to know where those footprints came from. They're tiny footprints. They only could have come from a ghost. I'm convinced.
Okay. I think we're just going to have to resign ourselves to the fact that everyone we interact with is going to think that this person is insane.
I'm not insane.
You might be a
You
little
still
bit.
are such a mystery.
Definitely not insane. It could have been a ghost. We don't know.
Anyway,
Runa's
do you have a
going
tail?
Yes, I have a tail.
Okay.
Can we see it?
I want to see it.
Please.
That's sort of all Finka wanted to know. So she's going to go back to like yanking arrows out of bodies and putting them back.
But asking if they have a tail isn't creepy.
Is it rude?
It might be
I
rude. I
have
feel
a
like it's not
tail.
creepy though.
Don't we all have
Going
tails,
back to
just in different
sniffing
forms?
people, like that's got creeper vibes like all over it.
Mine is small and fluffy.
Runa's gonna pose a question to our new friend to the group. Where do you travel from?
I travel from a land much far away from here.
Like how far?
Go ahead.
Like, did you walk here, or was there some magic shit involved?
Did you fly here?
Well, I can't fly.
Hmm.
I can't fly. I can run pretty fast, but I can't fly. I've been
Can you
traveling.
jump?
I've been traveling for years, so I can't really say how long, but I know it's been a long way.
What are you looking for to travel that long?
I don't know. I've been kind of just strolling. I just seem drawn to something in this direction.
What are you doing here?
I haven't quite figured that part out yet.
I don't think we've figured out our next chapter either. We were all
Mm-mm.
rather drawn to a place ourselves. And it led us
Yeah.
here.
Huh.
Have you heard about the disease spreading through the town?
No.
Well, you would do well to be cautioned. There seems to be some sort of disease that is freezing people. We're trying to help figure out what's going on while we're in town. It's how we ended up in this place with these, as she vaguely gestures to the 5 bodies on the ground, with these, individuals.
Yes, I just
Open up finding citizens.
I just got into town.
Hey, Runa, was it you that was searching around the place, right?
I did. I was gave it a quick glance, and I gave a little detect magic.
Did you by chance pop into the other room that was there?
I have not, but I have not yet. No.
Okay, I just wanted to check. I wasn't sure in your looking around things if you had popped into the back room yet or not.
No, I had just taken care of these bandit number 2 and gave a quick look while we were in there, and then turned our attention to our new friend.
Okay, so as you guys are sitting speaking with Athena, who is new to the land and hasn't heard of the sickness that's kind of going around, Cora Spike as she hears another set of footprints sort of approaching from outside.
Oh, another new friend. We are meeting so many people today.
Goodness, this place is popular this morning.
I'm going to do the same thing where I head to the door.
Take the excitement.
So you get out to the door and you look back out and you see another sort of hooded figure approaching you. It's been cold out, so everybody seems to have their hood up so that way they can stay some semblance of warm. You see a taller woman approaching you, and you can see their sort of like leather and armor sticking out from under their cloak, and their smell is also very, very much different.
And do they look like they're heading this way also? Like towards the top? I'm going to step out and I'm going to do like the Vanna White thing that they don't know about in this day and age, but like, come right on in. We have all the needs that you could want.
So Theory looks up at you, like out from under her hood. Are you the regular shopkeeper, or?
Absolutely not. We walked in on people robbing the shop and we stopped them and we don't know where the shopkeeper is. But you're welcome to come in.
I mean, I guess I can do that.
It's a party in here.
Hello.
Don't mind the dead bodies.
We didn't start it.
I'm not a stranger to dead bodies, so that doesn't really put me off when walking into a place, but definitely start the morning.
In our defense, we only killed 2 of them. One of them killed the last one by mistake, and these 2 are just unconscious, so it's okay.
Okay.
Just streaming.
Just passing through.
Maybe you talk less when there's dead bodies around,
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Because you I don't know, you made it weird.
I don't think it's weird. Is it weird?
I'm
Anyway.
always weird.
Were you looking for something? You might still be able to find it, but it might be broken.
Yeah, I was looking for some provisions on my way out of town, but it appears that there's probably not any left here if there were bandits raiding the place.
It seems there's a room back here we haven't looked in yet. You may try that.
Oh.
Or, if you want, we can share what we have with you. I mean, you'd have to travel with us, but we're good people.
We've made a great team.
Don't let.
So I don't disagree with you on that. I did just walk in to find you guys in a room full of dead bodies.
Just 2.
There
are more live bodies than there are dead bodies.
The live ones are also unconscious. So
just 2.
Well,
we actually saved the store. We came in and they were ransacking the place. So we're heroes, really.
I think with the live to dead, the odds are in our favor.
We did ask them to stop first.
Right. A few times.
I mean, hey, sure.
In effort to be helpful, Runa will go and make her way back to that back room.
To be fair, we were about to go get the mayor and let him know what was going on, and then more people showed up, so we were just, making sure you guys weren't bad guys, so we wouldn't have to knock you out.
I believe we have been rude in not asking anyone's names.
Oh, sorry. What's your names?
My name is Theory.
I'm Athena.
Nice to meet you.
Who are you guys?
So nice.
I'm Kadra.
I'm Wolf Saga.
I'm Runa from the back room.
Finka, lovely to meet you both.
I'm Vex.
Cora.
And Runa, as you go into this back room, what appears to be an ice statue of an elf is bundled beneath the blankets of a bed along the east wall of the room. A small table loaded with dirty teacups and a kettle stands next to the bed.
Well, be careful in here. We have another victim of the disease. I wouldn't come much closer, you guys.
What are the chances that's the store owner?
I think they may have taken ill. Looks like they were trying to make some tea to warm themselves. Poor things.
Wow.
Well, that's just sad.
Okay, the dead to alive is getting worse.
To be fair, we didn't do that one either.
Absolutely
I thought
not.
we talked about this. We're pretty sure they're not dead.
As far as we know.
What makes you pretty sure they're not dead?
Oh, I have no idea, but the cleric who looked at the rest of them seems to think there's still a spark in there.
Okay.
I don't know one way or the other. It could have just been a trick of the light. I don't know.
Well, we also did a spell to see if there was any undead nearby or any dead at all nearby or something along those lines, and everybody was still kicking. I mean, frozen, but
right.
you know.
Well, I suppose that gives them some hope then.
Not if we can't figure this out.
Well, I think since there's another person who's succumbed to this disease, we should definitely make haste in alerting people that this place was being ransacked and that this person has succumbed to the disease. Then
I
make
think
our
we
way to
also-
that cave.
We need to get to the sister because it sounds like she's sick, but not frozen yet. And that would make her the first person we would have a chance to interact with who has this disease but isn't completely incapacitated.
I'll take a moment to talk to Theory and Athena and explain to them what's going on with the frozen bodies and what we're trying to do.
Well, Saga wants to take a minute to do some rites for the dead.
I'll help you,
Sure.
Effie.
I'm
So,
going to see if I can find a
Osaka-
piece of paper and just write out a note for the mayor explaining what went down. So that we don't have to take time to go.
Dear Mayor, we showed up. It wasn't our fault. Bye.
We left you some presents. Bye.
So Osaga and Vex go over the body and perform funeral rites. And Vex is a naturally curious character and sees a small journal poking out from under the pillow of this frozen elf. And by opening up this small journal, you find that this is, in fact, Verla Pelk, the owner of the shop, and that they got sick just shortly after they were robbed. And in being robbed, you know, they're a very reclusive individual and didn't tell anybody because they like to stick to themselves. So they kind of froze up and suffered out in silence. You're able to, you know, perform your normal rites over them, you know, giving them sort of protection and guidance if they are actually dead. If they're not, then they just have some blessing from your patron. And the note has been written, and you have the directions to head towards Croaker Cave. Assuming Theory and Athena are both willing to join you, the rather large group of you should be able to be on your way at this point.
Yes, I've been traveling a long time alone. So having some company would be nice.
I know what it's like to be alone. You are welcome to join us.
It's always nice to be in a group.
And we're all very lovely people, don't worry.
Theory
It'll be
agrees to
fun.
go as well.
So creepy.
Cora, when you say it like that, I don't think people believe you.
Why?
Reasons. Anyway, let's go.
I will
Before
take
they
your...
change their mind.
I will take what you said under advisement, and I will choose to ignore it.
If that
Huge
isn't the
creepy.
equivalent of bless your heart, I don't know what is.
For sure.
Okay, so you get your shit together and you follow the little map that leads you to Croaker Cave. Croaker Cave is not far from Navoric at all. It's just up in the trees behind the town. As you travel there, you see some signs along the path that sort of leads up to there that say, keep out, beware of old Croaker, you know, telling you like turn back now, some, you know, very ominous warnings, don't go there sort of stuff. It doesn't take you too long, about an hour of traveling up the snow-covered path, up through the trees and stuff to the cave entrance. About an hour or so's worth of travel. And you sort of approach this cave entrance, and you're there outside of this sort of cave place that you have figured out is called Croaker Cave.
I'm gonna draw my bow and kind of inch around the side of the entrance as quietly as I can and see if I can just see anything peeking in. Do I see anything?
It would help if I unmuted as I talked to you, then you would know the things that I'm telling you to see. So you see this sort of area that is close enough to the cave entrance that it's kind of lit up by the day. And you could hear the slow dripping sounds of water where it falls from stalactites down into a murky pool that fills the rough tunnel ahead. Every few moments, a loud croaking sound from somewhere in the darkness can be heard.
That's off-putting.
Can I go ahead and cast light on my staff so we can see?
Do we want to sneak, or do we want to announce ourselves and see if she comes out?
I'm not very good at staying quiet, so if we're going to sneak, I'll stay away in the back.
All right. I think I'm going to poke around the corner again and just shout, "Anybody home? We heard you were sick and we're here to help."
So with the light of the light source that Bex cast on their staff, you can see a sort of 25-foot long heavy wooden beam laying against the west wall of the cave at the south end of the pool. It kind of stretches across the large pool in front of you, making it able for it to be crossed if you wanted to, but nobody seems to sort of return the call to you. So you are, let me show you on the map where you're coming in. You're coming in up in this area here.
Cora, can you hear anything?
She tilts her head to the side and just listens in. I hear dripping.
You hear some dripping. You hear the croaking. You hear the sounds of water, and everything sort of like echoes across the cave, making it really hard for you to sort of pinpoint anything, since you tend to use sort of echolocation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The echoes on the cave walls are making it very difficult for that sort of to work as well as it normally would.
I mean, I can hear a lot of things, but I don't hear a person just yet.
All right.
I'm sure she's in here somewhere, though.
Well, I'm worried that she's frozen, and that's why she's not answering.
Either way.
Might as well go in and look.
Yeah, I think that's the only option at this point.
Just go in prepared in case she's not frozen.
They'll be fine. Don't worry. What's the worst that could happen? And I'm just walking in.
Well,
Okay.
it was earlier, but yeah, all right.
I'm gonna follow Cora like I always do.
Theory will follow after that.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Cora. Tell me, as you use this plank to cross the pool, if you're heading on the break on the other side of the pool, if you're heading down the left path or the right path.
I want to go left.
Left? Okay.
Let's go left.
So as you head across this pool, you can hear more of the slow dripping of water from the ceiling flowing into a pool in the southwest corner of this cavern. As you sort of grow closer, those of you who are able to see, you see a dwarf and two elves bundled in layers of winter clothing, throwing dead bats into the air. And you see two giant blue-skinned frogs leap up to snatch the bat mid-air, seemingly as a part of some sort of training session. And that is taking place here. So they have not seen you, but that is what you see from them.
And where was it taking place? Oh, down there.
Yes.
Have I seen frogs like this before?
I'm not sure if you have seen them, but living in this land and have ever traveled around this area before, you will know that these are giant ice toads.
Do we know if they're typically friendly or not?
Typically not, no. I will show you what one looks like. One moment, please.
I hear something going on. What's going on?
Ooh.
That's pretty cool looking. There's two giant ice toads and some people, and I can't tell if they're playing or what.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves. Ask them if they've seen a ghost.
I want to play.
Are we wanting to introduce ourselves? Because I could go do that right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
someone
do
who
it.
is sick.
I'll go with you. We can introduce ourselves together.
Wonderful. Hello.
Okay.
I'm going to follow them at a pace, just trying to be a little more stealthy, but keep an eye on them.
Yeah, me too.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
So as Cora talks and says, "Oh, hello," they sort of turn around and like their eyes get really wide and they run away. They take off to the east. Since you're in the southwest, they head to the east into a cavern opening and sort of disappear, but you can hear them yelling, intruders, intruders, as they sort of go that way.
No, wait. We just wanted to say hi.
We just wanted to play. We just wanted to play.
Where did the frogs go?
The frogs are still in the pool.
Maybe don't get close to the frogs. I don't think they're usually friendly.
Fine. We will wait for the frogs.
Can we kind of skirt like behind those two like pillar things? The frogs in that pool, right?
Yep, they're in the pool down there, yeah.
Okay, so we can
They're
kind of
down
skirt
here.
that other passage to the right.
Yep, here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can go around that way, and then it'll take you the same direction where they headed, which is over yonder way.
Yes. Those things.
Are you stealthing, or are you just quietly moving? Explain to me how you're going about this now that you've heard them yell that, intruder, intruder.
I don't
I'm
think that would
trying to
phase
stop
Olsaga. I think that she would just like keep moving ahead, trying to get their attention so that she could talk to them.
Yeah, I don't think
I will
there's
kind
much
of
a
grab
point.
out for the back of her dress as she passes me. I don't know if I catch it, but
Runa is going to prepare Blade Ward to cast on herself. Should anybody come out to attack, because we were just friendly to somebody and then got attacked by their group, so she's prepared to boon herself a little bit.
Kadra's pulling her sword, situating her shield, and just going, Ulfie, maybe wait just a minute because they don't like us.
But how do we know that they don't like us? We haven't even introduced ourselves.
But they think we're intruders. That's usually not a good sign.
I mean, technically, we are intruding.
Okay, but
I'm trying to play.
was I successful in
Sissy.
grabbing Olsaga and pulling her back?
Okay. I'll stay back then.
Okay. So
Well,
You
if that's
pulled her
the
back.
case, I guess Cora's gonna wait until she feels people start to approach, and then when they do, she's gonna start casting Entangle. She's just gonna hold that for now.
So, as Cora sort of stands and slides her bare foot out across the cave floor to kind of feel if anything is moving in the direction, you don't feel anything coming back towards you. It doesn't feel like the bandits are coming back out in your direction. And you can very, very, very barely hear their sounds echoing from somewhere else down the cavern.
I'm fine with moving forward towards them. I just maybe as a group instead of individually.
And quietly, so that maybe if we're going to get arrows in the face, we know before it happens. My shoulder still hurts like a lot from earlier.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. So you would like to move into the next area of the cavern?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. So you move into this sort of southeast corner of the cavern here, and you see 10 empty bedrolls are arranged in a circle around a cold fire pit at the center of this cavern. Chicken bones, empty wine and spirit bottles, and other food waste litter the floor.
They aren't very tidy, are they?
No,
Mm-mm.
but no people.
No people.
Okay. I'm going to very quietly move up to the sort of next passage and just sort
Okay.
of peek around the corner.
You hear water dripping from stalactites in the ceiling, and they are falling into a dark pool that completely covers the floor of this area of the cavern.
Is the water clear? Like, can I see how deep it is? Or is it too dark?
It is very dark and very deep, the water itself.
I don't suppose there's a nice little log bridge like there was earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Alfie.
Mhm.
As tall as you are, can you see to the far side of all that water? Can you see anything?
Can I see anything to the far side?
Do you have dark vision?
I don't remember.
I still have my staff lighted.
Well, that helps.
So if Vex brings the lit staff to like the edge of the pool where you're standing, you'll see just barely on the other side of the pool is a cave entrance. That being said, as you're standing at the edge, you see this very large, giant blue toad emerge from the water and sort of pop its head up in the direction towards you. It doesn't come on the land or come at you, but it's like licks its eyeballs and looks at you, and it is much larger than the other two that you had previously seen being trained in the pools beforehand.
Oh, well, that's adorable. But I don't really see much on the other side. Just
Is there
the
any other
opening of another
direction?
cave.
They've got to be in there, right? There's no other passages, right? There's
Unless
only
the
so
frog
many
ate
places
them.
they can come.
Do we see any kind of footprints or anything leading back out to the left from the beds, like they had ran out? Or does it look
Nope.
like they may have went down further?
The traffic through that area seems to be kind of heavy, like the footprints go in all directions. If you're tracking the freshest set of footprints, roll me a survival.
That would be a 5.
Aha, you are not able to pick out which set of footprints in the many through the cave are the freshest set.
Gotcha.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I definitely should have assisted with that. That's my bad. I was writing and not paying attention. Sorry.
Go ahead and roll it, Finka.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's great. 7.
Yeah,
Do any
you're
of us-
also sort of unable to pick out the freshest set of prints.
That was a natural 2.
Do any of us still have inspiration?
Somebody might.
I never had
I'm
any to
not
begin
100%
with.
sure.
I do.
I never had any.
I
We
do.
had that blessing from the gods if we
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Mine gave me the finger.
I
I didn't get a blessing.
could try. I don't know if I can really help because I can't see.
Her sky daddy is mad
No.
at her.
Yeah,
Cora, you're no help here.
exactly.
If one more person wants to try to track the footprints, I'll let one more person.
Runa can take a stab at it.
Survival.
That is a 13.
Nice.
Okay. So you pick up the freshest set of prints and you follow them. You say, here, look, here they are. And you follow them and they lead you right up to the water's edge and they stop.
Oh,
We gotta go in that water.
oh my.
They stop like they
Oh,
go in the water, or
I can't swim.
Yeah, or do they stop as in they got over the water somehow?
right? Yeah,
They
that's my
stop.
question.
At the water. They just stop at the shore of where the pool touches the water.
If Kadra looks up, does she see anything like rope swing, rope ladder, anything that would get them over the water without
Nothing.
going in the water?
Nope. You just see the stalactites with water dripping from them, dripping every once in a while into the pool. The large toad in the center of the pool does a very large ribbit, and it kind of echoes off the walls, and he licks his eyeballs at you again.
That's so
unsettling.
cute.
I feel like we should kill the toad before we attempt to cross the water.
Maybe we can make friends with the toad.
That is an option.
Do we have any of that deer meat left?
We do.
Yes.
Maybe we can make friends with the toad with deer meat.
I will pull some out of my backpack and set it right at the water's edge, like where the footprints end, and then back the fuck up.
Ulfsaga is going to kind of like sit behind where the treats were set, and she's just going to be like, here, Toad. Come on, Toad. You can do it. Come on.
Ulfsaga, darling, he may want the food and not want to be friends. That is a possibility here.
But that is true. But I want to be friends. If I can.
I don't want him to be eaten.
Give me an animal handling check.
Can Runa sing a little bardic and play a little bardic inspiration for her?
Sure thing.
Awesome. She's going to play some calming music on her lute and just hum in the background and give you a D6.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Animal
handling.
Animal handling. Let's see.
Plus a D6.
You got this.
Ooh, that's a 17, 18, 19, 20.
Ooh. So
Hey.
this sort of very large frog, he makes his way, well, toad anyway, frog toad, and this very large blue amphibious creature makes his way from the center of the pool to the edge. And as he kind of makes his way and gets closer, you notice a sort of shiny blue collar around his neck, and hanging from the collar is like a little tag that says Old Croaker. And he picks up the rations with his tongue and eats them. And as he does that, you'll notice there's a sort of wet leather kind of saddle on his back. And like, he eats the treats and kind of like leans his shoulder down where you could jump up into the saddle.
Nicely done.
Do it. If you don't, I will.
Do it, Alfie.
And this toad is very, very large. When I say very large, I'm saying he's taking up 4 battle map grid squares at a time.
So more than one of us
Oh,
could
gosh.
fit on his back at a time?
Absolutely.
Maybe whoever he likes best has the little saddle thing, and then you take passengers.
Yeah. What do you think, Ulfsaga?
Just kind of keep bribing him into being our friend.
Are you gonna hop on the saddle?
I'm totally gonna hop on this. I'm obviously gonna hop on the saddle. And I'm slowly just gonna like climb onto his back and I'm just gonna keep like puppy dog talking to him. Like, oh, you good boy.
And he
Give him
ribbits at you,
stitches.
but like a softer ribbit, not much less intimidating than previously ribbit, where it's kind of like a toad's version of a purr. If
He
that's
likes
even
you.
possible.
Aww.
I made a friend, you guys. I'm so happy right now.
Runa has the shocked face on. She's still playing, but she's like, what?
So
Kadra-
Ulfsaga got on the back. Who is joining? There's room for 4 at a time.
Well, Kadra was gonna lay down a piece of her pocket deer bacon before she even attempted to get on the back of this
I pay
toad.
tribute.
Yeah.
I'll hop on.
Okay.
And then she'll hop on as well.
So Kadra, Finka, Ulfsaga are up there now. One more person can go with them.
I'll jump up there.
Okay, and Vex hops up next. So this very large toad, Old Croaker, so named, slides backwards into the pool. And you can feel the sort of very cold, stinging water brush across your boots. You're not quite in the water long enough for them to soak, but you can feel how cold the pool is. and he takes you sort of across the pond as if maybe this is what he's been trained to do. As you reach the other side, you can feel a warm rush of heat coming from a fire, a very massive fire burning in the center of the cavern ahead of you. The smoke venting up through a narrow stone chimney, and the flames illuminating a rough painting of a five-headed dragon that dominates the north wall. You can see a bedroll spread out beneath the mural. Near the crackling blaze, a dwarf bundled in a heavy cloak sits on a stone chest beside an elf whose face is covered in dragon tattoos. The dwarf's face is streaked with pulsing blue veins.
Bingo.
Looks like we got here just in time.
Olsaga is going to kind of climb off of the ladder and just like keep like giving old Croaker some love, and just kind of like wander up super slowly and just kind of meekly like, hi. Hi, your friend gave us a ride. I hope that's all right.
Oh, he did, now did he?
Yes, he's very friendly, by the way. Who did all of the train? She? Her? That's my guess, because there were babies, weren't there? Anyway, very friendly. Whoever did the training is a master. My name is Olsaga. How are you?
Well, cold.
I can imagine. Seems like you've been going through some stuff. Maybe we can help.
Oh, and why would you be able to?
That's a great question. We're working on it.
Zero reasons. We cannot help right now.
Yes, but we will soon, hopefully, if we can figure out what the heck is going on.
You seem to be the last link we have between those artifacts and all the people that are frozen. You're the only one still talking. If we're going to help you, we need to know what those things were, where they came from, as much information as you can give us about your sister and what she was doing.
And once again, why would I tell you anything?
So we can help you, you moron.
Because very soon you're going
to.
You are going to be an iceberg very, very soon, and we would like to prevent that, if at all possible.
Yeah, I would like to prevent that one too.
Do you know how it happened?
Maybe.
If you tell us, maybe we can help you.
Do you want help or not?
Kadra's gonna walk forward just a little bit, and she's gonna look the dwarf in her eyes and just very seriously tell her, something they brought back from Cross is doing this. Something that doesn't belong here. Something that should go back.
Was it one of them in particular, or all of them, or something else?
What
Also, do you have them
are you
here?
talking about?
Oh, great.
The things your sister sent you.
Do you
Are
have
they
them
here?
here?
Well, she did maybe send me some things, but I wouldn't call them really artifacts.
Things. I think there was a scroll case. Where did my list go?
Vials.
Some blue vials, a ring, a quiver of arrows.
I think there was a dagger.
No, Tolgi kept the dagger.
Okay.
A jade statuette.
Yeah, they might not have looked like artifacts, but they came from a really old place, so I guess that's makes them. I don't
Oh,
know.
I do
Don't
know a
investigate.
thing or two about a vial that I can tell you.
Yeah?
Well, there were actually vials with some blue stuff in it. One was cracked actually when I got it.
That would make sense.
Did it touch you?
Did you drink it?
Of course I didn't drink it, I'm not a moron.
Okay.
But yeah, I touched it.
Did any of it, the liquid, like, get on you?
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
How
That's
long ago?
probably why I'm now like this.
Interesting. Okay.
May we see the uncracked vial?
That would be actually hard to do.
What's that?
Well, one of them I already sold. And the other one I actually kind of used for something, so it's kind of hard to retrieve it right now.
Care to
Which one did you
elaborate?
sell?
Come again?
Which one did you sell?
The old cracked one, because I had ordered one.
And what did you use the other for?
Well, you see that lovely chest over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I used it as a safeguard.
So you trapped the chest in case anyone opened it.
Of course.
Yeah, the chest that you see Khalil kind of pointing towards is a stone chest. The outer lid is carved with the face of a dragon.
Who did you sell the broken one to? We don't want this to keep spreading.
Oh, I didn't sell the broken one. Of course I didn't.
Oh, good.
Okay, just the same. Who did you sell the unbroken one to? As soon as they open it and touch it, the same thing's going to happen to them.
Who did I sell it to? Oh, a merchant. There was a merchant in an inn in a village that we were traveling through.
Oh, crap.
Darling, you're going to have to be a lot more specific than that.
I believe that was the Palebank village.
Right?
Newbork.
And
It
he
is
said
Newbork.
something about traveling to Utodrud, I think. He had his whole family with him.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, great. You said this was a traveling merchant, not like a shopkeeper with a building?
I'm pretty sure that was a traveling merchant, yes.
All right.
Did they mention?
And sorry, where did you say he was going?
Come again?
Did they mention what direction they are going to be traveling in?
Yeah, I think they mentioned something about going to Utodurn.
Do you have any of the whatever was in the vial left? Other than like anything that was left after you trapped your chest?
I kinda used the entire vial to trap the chest, so.
Are you able to untrap the chest so that we can...
Maybe?
Did you just smear it all over the chest?
Of course no. It
How
will
did you trap it
only... Oh, well, you know, those nice little traps that if you open something without disarming the trap, the vial breaks?
Oh.
Yeah, one
Right.
of those.
Oh dear.
Well, biscuits.
If I could take a look at the vial, I might be able to glean some
You're
information.
more than
but
welcome to try and open the chest.
I'm not as good about opening the chests and getting through those kinds of mechanisms. Does anyone here?
Well, to be fair, you trapped the chest and you're already infected, so perhaps you could untrap the chest? You can't get any more infected than you already are.
Well, I could,
That's a
but
good
my
point.
fingers are kind of cold right now and all stiff.
Wait. What did you put in the chest? Is it the rest of the things your sister sent you?
I actually kind of got rid of most of those already. But some of them I kept, but I kind of need them.
Kind of need them for what?
Well, for a cure.
Elaborate, please.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? You see, there's this very nice place. Well, kind of nice, maybe. There's this thing called Shady Creek Run, and well, I might be able to trade those items there for a cure.
But if the items are carrying the disease, trading them for a cure is just going
No,
to
they
infect.
don't, as long as nobody breaks the vial on the chest.
I think it's the stuff in the vial that causes the disease. If that's the case, as long as none of the other items got, a splash or something,
Oh, they
should be
didn't.
safe.
I was very careful setting up that trap.
So how did so many people come in contact with the liquid in the single or two single vials?
I think that
I cannot tell you.
my guess would be that since it's cracked, it probably just got all over the place. Maybe it got onto like a cabbage or something that was shared in the village.
True.
Might be touch as well. If it can be, you get it on you, an infected person might be able to pass it along by touching someone else.
Why do you think someone in Shady Creek Run has a cure?
Oh, I heard you can buy all sorts of things there.
Well, we could keep talking about this, or we could try to open the chest and look at the vial. Which, does anyone know how to get past traps, or?
I'm more of
New
a smash
people?
and grab. I'm not a very good lock picker.
Yeah, this is definitely not a smash sort of thing.
If it was
New
not
people!
stone, I could burn it.
Runa's going to ask our new friends, do any of you know how to get past these kinds of things? I'm not very good with locks and whatnot.
Unfortunately, locks are not my specialty either.
Okay. Athena?
I'm sorry. I do. Give me 1 second.
Yep, Athena does. So, Athena, what you'll need to have to try to open this chest is you're going to want to roll your sleight of hand, which is in your skills in the center of your sheet. Should be all the way down at the bottom.
Okay.
Yep, and then just click the number with the plus sign next to it.
Gave me a 20.
A 20. Fantastic. And then your proficiency modifier as well.
It's a dirty 20.
Hold on. Tell me again.
Your proficiency modifier, it's up at the top by all your skills and stuff. I think yours is a +2 or +3.
Okay, let me just go up here and see. Okay. I got a 7. Well, give me 10.
Okay. So you've got enough to open your chest here. So you've got your thieves' tools in your bag. So you're able to pull out your thieves' tool and start sort of picking the lock. and you're able to pop the sort of lock kind of open. And who is around Athena? Well, let me ask this first. Khalil, do you feel like you trusted these players enough to untrap the chest fully, or do you feel like you left it fully trapped?
Oh, I left it fully trapped.
Okay. So who is with Athena as she picks the lock?
What do I care if somebody else gets sick?
I'll start
Really?
right with her. Why not?
Runa was making her way
Okay.
there.
Theory's probably
Okay,
standing
so-
back a little.
The three of you, Cora, Athena, and Runa, who were there by the chest as the lock is being picked, I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. As Athena pops the lock and the chest door opens, a blue sort of mist kind of sprays out at you. So your saving throws are in the box on the left-hand side of your sheet, directly under your skills. You're looking for the one that says Constitution.
Runa got an 11.
Okay.
Oh no.
Do we hear or see the pop?
Yeah, you're all in the same room, so you see this happen.
Kadra's just gonna pull her sword and put it right at Hoolie's throat.
Well, not at Hoolie's throat. I didn't do anything.
Sorry.
The two names sound similar.
Yeah. Julil. Sorry.
How dare you,
What
DM?
did you find your Constitution save, Athena?
Oh, I'm sorry. 18. Oh, well.
It looks like it's a 21 total.
21, yes.
Okay. So Athena and Cora sort of swash away the blue mist as it comes out. Runa, you feel a sort of chill set into you as this frigid blue mist sort of sprays you in the face.
Uh-oh.
As this chest is open, you see a lot of things inside of it. A gilded scroll case, the jade statuette, a quiver containing 6 arrows. They do not look like standard arrows. You find a silver ring with jasper stone set into it, and you find a bunch of Hulil's like gold and copper and things of the sort. And you find a receipt that indicates Hulil sold one of the blue glass vials to a man named Irvin Leal for 100 gold pieces.
With my sword pointed at Hulil's throat.
Mind moving that?
No, I don't actually, because while you're alive right now and this disease will freeze you, you won't die. Right now, I can kill you and you won't have to worry about us finding a cure.
I've definitely got my bow drawn in her direction too.
There is
Everybody's
no
so
reason,
angsty right now.
there's no reason to not give us a heads up on the trapping.
I did give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Additional trapping or help us figure it out.
I did tell you the chest was trapped.
She just didn't bother to disarm it.
Yeah.
As I said, my hands right now are a bit stiff. Don't know if you've noticed, but I'm slowly freezing over.
Oh, darn.
She did say that. She did warn us.
DM, does Runa get the impression, because there's the receipt for the other blue bottle, did she get the impression that the broken blue bottle was used that's what was used to trap this, that's affecting
Yes.
her now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody else get affected by this?
Nope. The 3 of you that were in range 2 of the 3 of you passed your Constitution saving throw, making you unaffected by whatever sort of trap was on the chest. And Runa, unfortunately, did not pass their Constitution saving throw, so they have become subject to this same sort of disease that comes from these vials. We're calling this frigid woe is the name of this sort of disease that you get.
Frigid woe. No.
Okay.
Just moving away from Hulil. And I know I tried this before, but I didn't try it as soon as someone was infected. Can I just put a hand on Runa and just throw all of my lay on hands pull to her?
It doesn't seem to affect the sort of frigid woe or anything like that, but if Runa had taken any damage, then they are fully now healed.
I did, and I am. Thank you. I'm
Sorry,
feeling
I
a little
couldn't do
better,
more.
but still a little frosty in the joints.
Kadra, do you feel any different? You just touched her.
Do I feel any different from touching her?
Nope.
No. I feel no different than when I touched your mom.
Oh, right, you did. Forgot about that.
Giggity.
Also, that was weird. You made it weird.
Did I make it weird or did someone else make it weird?
Both. Definitely both.
I think we should just take all the treasure and leave. I don't think we're going to get any more information from this.
And you think I'm going to let you take stuff that I need to buy the cure? Why?
Well, you
I
said
don't know.
I
Does
mean,
that
to be fair, that says the person that is currently turning into a block of ice. I mean, you couldn't help them disarm it, so why do we think that you would be able to do anything against us?
Oh,
Especially when
disarming
we're
a
trying to
trap
help you.
requires much more finesse than, I don't know, fighting.
Don't you think that you're a little bit at a disadvantage trying to solve this yourself?
Oh, darling, you think I'm alone here?
No, I think there's no need for things to come to blows after all. How quickly do you think you can get the cure on your own? Whereas we can move much faster.
That is what I meant, Cora. I did not mean to be threatening.
I just think you have a better chance letting us find a cure than trying to buy one off of somebody in Shady Creek Run that's probably just going to be snake oil anyway.
Or if you
And
need
what guarantee do I have that you will actually come back to heal me?
Because you're not the only person sick.
You've just made it to where my fate is equally grim as yours, and instead of just accepting our help from the get-go, you and I are now in the same situation. We have the same vested interest.
My mother is a block of ice
but
because of
your
all of this
interest
shit.
doesn't lie with actually coming back to heal me.
Oh, I mean, you'll probably be the last person we heal, but you'll get healed.
We're not monsters.
To be fair, we could just leave and wait for you to succumb and then come back and take it.
As my time may be limited, I feel like that might be a decent option.
Runa, given that you and Hulil seem to be sharing a sort of similar fate at this moment, I would like you to roll me a persuasion in the direction of Hulil to see if your words resonate with them.
Because we are all kind of making the case, would that be at advantage kind of as a help action?
Yeah, I would go ahead and say yes. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
And that was Runa making the roll?
Yes, please.
That's a 14.
It's not terrible.
Okay. Let me see here. Are you? You said a 14.
Yes.
Well, Halil, does that seem as if they are charismatic enough to win you over?
Let's give them that.
Okay. So Halil seems to have a chord been struck by your musical words that come from the inside of you, Runa, and they seem to agree to let you, take the things if that's what you're wanting to do to help them, and believe that you will come back to help them. Because why would you lie?
Can one of you magical people look at these things and see if they actually are going to be helpful?
I can do that. It will take me a little time to sit with each item, but I can look over these things.
So if you're going to cast a detect magic, I will just give it to you what is magical out of it.
Yes. I also have identify,
Okay.
whatever that would be helpful.
Okay. So let's go with your identifier. The only thing in there that you would be identifying is the arrows, which appear to look different than normal arrows. It is 6 plus 1 arrows. Nothing else showing as magical. The only other magic that you feel is the evocation magic that trapped the chest.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hand these arrows over to. Are we taking some of these items, or are we just Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna hand those arrows over to Finka and say, I think these will do you well.
Thank
Everything else
you.
seems pretty common.
What else is in there? Gilded scroll case.
Pretty map.
Cosmological map of the multiverse. Didn't we decide, or someone told us, Kadra, you got all weird when we were looking at that other map?
Mm-hmm.
I will pull out the map of whatever it was that we got.
Sumakula.
Yes, thank you. You said that this was a different plane, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was actually looking for a word that would describe, if there are connections between our world and this one. This multiverse map may be helpful. Can I take a look at it and see if there are, words on there that I've heard before?
Also, can I look at it?
You can. So as you guys look at the map, the cosmological map of the multiverse that you see on there, you see it kind of pans out to look very much like Sumarkula, the map that you saw in the journal.
So it has Sumakula on it.
Yes.
Is there anything else on it?
No. So if you were to take that golden case and throw it in the fire and get it hot, and then roll that gilded case across a parchment when you pulled it out, it would burn the design into the paper as you rolled it. And as you rolled it across, it would be very much the same map as Sumarkula.
Oh, okay. So the map that we have was likely created from this scroll case.
That's, you know what? It might sound like you're onto something. Good deductive reasoning skills that you have there, Finka.
Okay. So we don't actually need the scroll case. We have its information.
Kadra, you said you wanted to look at the case too. Are you touching it?
Yeah, I probably would if she handed it to me to look at.
Yep.
All right. So as soon as Kadra touches this gilded case here, this gilded scroll case, you see their eyes sort of roll back in their head for a moment as they hold this, almost as if they're experiencing some sort of flashback, and their eyes are only rolled back momentarily before they kind of snap back into reality and sort of like blink, looking at you like, oh.
Kadra, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Does your friend
You
often
all right?
do that?
I'm good. I'm fine. Yep, I'm good. But
Saga is super worried about Kadra now. Just wanting to make sure that she's okay. She's going to wander up and just kind of like hold her around the shoulder and like kind of reassure. Are you sure you're okay? That was weird.
yep, that is a conversation for not in this room.
Okay.
Yes, and who is looking at them like, oh, and those are the people I decided to trust my life to. Yep, that sounds about right.
Don't worry, you made the right choice. And I'm just gonna pat her on the shoulder. Don't worry.
I don't like any of this. One last question, if you don't mind.
Hmm?
Your sister was in an adventuring guild called the Glass Blades. Do you know anything about them? Do you know where their headquarters are?
Not really.
Okay.
Anything you can tell us is going to help you in this.
Well, I do
endeavor.
understand that, but I really don't know anything about that cursed adventuring guild.
Cursed?
I mean, why did she have to join that? Couldn't she work with me, like the rest of our family?
Is it the guild that's sketchy in particular, or just you don't like that what she was doing was dangerous?
The second option.
All right.
Oh, not that what I'm doing isn't dangerous on its own, but I could protect her then.
Family is precious.
Agreed.
Listen, if you're going to stave this off, or if you do succumb, make sure that your body is someplace safe until we can figure this out and revive everyone, assuming
I'm
that can be
probably
done.
going to stay here.
I'm saying your best chance of not having your body disturbed until we can fix you is to go back to Novoric.
Yeah, it would probably be a lot easier not to have to carry you on the back of a very lovely toad, but still on the back of a toad.
Or if
Assuming
you stay here, there's no guarantee that your pets won't decide to have a nibble.
I point at Finka. Yep, that.
They're storing everyone in the basement of the chapel in Novoric, everyone who's succumbed. It's very safe and you won't be disturbed. It's the greatest likelihood that we'll be able to successfully bring you back around.
Just let them know that you ran into us, and we've met with everyone there. They'll know how to help you until we can help you. Hopefully.
Or if you
It's up to you. I'm just letting you know.
If you don't want to be around people, I believe your sister's cabin is empty.
Sounds like a lovely place to stay.
At least it's warm.
Yeah, looks like that's gonna matter for a long time.
Anyway, yeah.
So you have convinced Tolgi's sister, Julio, to get their things around and give to you to be able to work for a cure. They have given you the information of who they sold the other vial to and where to find them. And I'm assuming that since you were a lovely bunch of coconuts, you're going to help Tolgi cross to get out and back towards, or not Julio. Why do I keep doing that? You're going to help Julio get to Tolgi. And you guys will make it back into town safely. we'll say that you drop Julio off at Tolgi's before heading to the Jolly Dwarf. The Jolly Dwarf is the main tavern in New Warwick, and that is where we will cut it off until next week. That being said,